Hello guys, how are we getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly. We are back again with another video. We really are beating these videos out to beat the band since the restart of English football. To be honest lads, I'm loving it. It's genuinely, I don't think my upload schedule is as consistent as when football is on. So I mean, you love to see it. We're back with another video. Today we're back talking about Chelsea once again, who have just qualified for the FA Cup semi-final with a 1-0 win away at Leicester City, joining Arsenal and Manchester United so far, who have also played in the semi-finals. Frank Lampard made 6 changes to the Chelsea side that beat Manchester City on Thursday. There was introductions to Willy Caballero in goal, Reece James at right back, Kurt Zouma at centre back, Emerson at left back, Billy Gilmour in the middle, Tammy Abraham also started. There we go, that's being added to the bloopers video. And I wasn't really that surprised to see Frank Lampard go with a more youthful look today. Obviously it's a cup game. You want to win every cup game. You want every game you play in. But in the circumstances that Chelsea are in with the league running and that, it was no real surprise to see the likes of Billy Gilmour, who kind of made his name in that FA Cup game against Liverpool before lockdown. Tammy Abraham, who's been out of the team or out of the starting 11. No surprise to see him in today, see if he could get himself amongst the goals. But in terms of the first half, it was very sloppy from Chelsea, and mistake after mistake after mistake. And we were very lucky in that first half that Leicester didn't capitalise on our just poor passing, and there was a lot of mistakes made. And Frank Lampard will be looking at in retrospect and saying, that's something to be worried about. And as much as I complimented Chelsea's defensive prowess, if you like, on Thursday against Manchester City. Obviously, Andreas Christensen didn't play today. Alonso didn't play. Azpilicueta came on at half-time. So it's a completely different back four at 5, if you want to count the keeper, Rudiger aside. But there's still defensive frailties there. And even in the midfield, we looked pretty sloppy. The likes of Mason Mount and particularly Billy Gilmour had a particularly tough time today. Gave the ball away on many occasions. And Leicester had many chances before the break to go into the lead. Our best chance in the first half was a Christian Pulisic effort that was saved by Kasper Schmeichel. There was chances for Harvey Barnes. Jamie Vardy was fairly lively as well. Yuri Tielemans had a chance after some loose play from Chelsea in our defensive third. And it was clear by Frank Lampard's actions at half-time that he wasn't happy with what was going on. I wasn't really that surprised to see him make changes, but it was three changes at half-time out of obviously the 5 that Chelsea can make, or any team can make, with the new rules and regulations and guidelines that every team is going under after this restart. So we hauled Reece James, Billy Gilmour and Mason Mount at half-time and replaced them with experience, and I think that was a really, really good call by Frank, especially considering what happened for the rest of the game. Azpilicueta, as I mentioned, came on, as did Mateo Kovacic and Ross Barkley, and to be fair, them two really did solidify the midfield and give us that little bit more calmness and composure on the ball. There was no, I felt like particularly Billy Gilmour, and I know he's only turned 19 over the lockdown there, but I feel like, I know he's still young, but he made a lot of errors today, and that's to be expected of a kid of that age, let's be honest. Just giving the ball away consistently, not under immense pressure, but I will say Leicester pressed us very high and, played that game that Brendan Rodgers has them playing for the whole season, and what they've done so effectively, pressing the ball high, not giving Chelsea an inch of space. Chelsea weren't exactly helping themselves in that first half either with trying to play out from the back when we really didn't need it. It was a couple of times against Man City on Thursday, and I do think we bucked up our ideas in the second half and stopped doing that. Yeah, on to the second half anyway, and it was about 15-20 minutes into the second half that Chelsea finally took the lead. Willian's cross from the right hand side, beautifully met by Ross Barkley, arriving late in the box. Dare I say it, Frank Lampard-esque. I think it's one that he would genuinely have been happy with, and it's a goal that Frank would have been looking at and saying, I've definitely scored a lot of them down the years. Brilliant from Ross Barkley, and to be honest, apart from a few misplaced passes and shots that ballooned out of the King Power Stadium, I was very, very impressed by Ross Barkley, and I said it to my dad, he's been genuinely growing on me as the season's gone on. It seems like so long ago back at the start of the season when Chelsea played Valencia, and obviously he took that penalty off Willian and Jorginho and blazed it over the bar. I don't know if he blazed it. I can't remember if he blazed it over the bar, but he missed it anyway. He's grown on me, and between himself and Kovacic, 2 very, very impressive substitutions by Frank Lampard. Both came on and solidified the team, gave us more composure, gave us more calmness on the ball, And I felt like that's definitely what we needed, because up until that point we were very erratic. Even first 5-6 minutes of the second half, we were still taking a while to settle in. But once we did, we were fully in control, and it was pretty much the game flipped on its head at that point. Chelsea held on then. There were a few chances for Leicester here and there before the end of the game, but a big win. It would be very nice. Like, it wouldn't have been the absolute end of the world if Leicester had knocked us out today, but as well as Champions League football being an absolute priority for Chelsea this season, and we look in a decent position to get that, but we can't start getting lackadaisical, because we've seen how well Manchester United and Wolves have played since the restart. But as much as Champions League football is definitely the main priority, it would be very, very nice for Frank Lampard to win a trophy. And you know, the FA Cup's a big competition, lads. It's not to be taken lightly. It's not the Carabao Cup we're talking about here. It's not the fucking Johnston's Pain Trophy or whatever they call it these days. Check a trade trophy, is that what they call it these days? But yeah, it would be nice to see Frank Lampard get rewarded with a trophy in his first season. And I gotta give huge props to Frank Lampard again, because, you know, one complaint that we had of Maurizio Sarri last season is that he was afraid to make decisive changes, or he was making the same changes every game, and it was becoming very, very predictable. Frank Lampard he's made it clear, and it's not the first time this season he's done this, but he's made it clear that he doesn't care. He won't, if you are playing shit or if something is not going wrong, he's not afraid to make them big decisions, those decisive moments in games. Because I genuinely do think if he had not brought on the three boys he brought on at half time, waited a while and maybe brought them on with 20 minutes left or something like that, I genuinely think Leicester would have scored before he had the chance to bring them on. So it was definitely a bold decision, because people have been bigging up Billy Gilmour a lot, and rightfully so. He had a fantastic last two games before lockdown against Everton and Liverpool, but the kid's got to learn. And when you put in, as let's be honest, poor and sloppy performance as he did in the first half, you're going to be hauled. Reece James the same. I think Reece James, he only featured for a few minutes against Aston Villa. That's the only action he's had since the restart. Very sloppy in that first half as well, and Mason Mount likewise. It's a clear message that when you aren't performing, you're going to be punished and you're going to be taken off. Simple as. And that's the way I like it. You know, that's the way it has to be done. And we got West Ham next in the league, and the last kind of big top six team we have to play still is traditional top six. Obviously that's completely blown out of the water this season. We've got Liverpool to play, obviously the champions now, and then we've got Wolves on the final day of the season, which is going to be a very, very interesting game indeed. But so it'll be interesting to find out now who Chelsea get in the semi-finals. At the minute it's looking like it's going to be a strong four. Manchester United, Arsenal obviously grabbed a victory against Norwich today, 91st minute winner from Dani Ceballos. Manchester United beat Sheffield United yesterday after extra time. Harry Maguire with the late goal there. Luckily we didn't have to go through extra time today, but it's going to be interesting to see who we draw in the next round. Let me know who you'd like to see Chelsea draw in the semi-final of the FA Cup, and let me know your thoughts on the performance today. And yeah, apart from that, not an awful lot else to say, lads. Make sure you do leave a like if you... I am not talking well today. Make sure you do leave a like if you would enjoy, lads, and subscribe if you are new. As I've been saying in all my videos, the last couple of videos, we're very, very close to 300 subscribers. 20 away. All I need is 20 of you lot who are watching this video, who aren't subscribed. Click the subscribe button down below with your notifications on, so you are notified when the next time I upload is... God, I'm not talking well today. Well, I'm going to stop talking before I absolutely chat some shit. See you in a bit. Good luck.